Right.
I don't. All right. Um. So, but overall, you having a good day so far?
Yeah, so far so good. It's been slow, but like it's a nice weekend to start.
Okay. 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 All right. Well, I guess we can get this thing underway. So, you already know who I am, Phil. Go Phil Cool Productions, host of the Conversation Podcast. So, special guest with me here today. Introduce yourself. Who's Sydney Wimmer I'm speaking to this afternoon?
Yes, my name is Sydney Kay, and I'm originally from Utah, and I'm in Georgia right now.
Works. That's okay. Now, wait. I didn't know you were from
Okay.
Utah. You didn't tell me everything.
Oh yeah, I'm from
No, no, no,
Utah.
no, 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 not that. I said I didn't know
Oh,
you
oh,
were from Utah.
oh.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, all right. Now before we get started, I want to do a little icebreaker.
Okay.
I got this one's one. I got this from you. Do you prefer? Let's see. Which color do you prefer? Do you prefer red? Like if you didn't have red hair right now, what color would you dye it?
Um, I think I would be closer to brown because underneath my hair is kind of like darker brown. And then before I cut it, it was pretty blonde at the ends, which I liked. So maybe I would dye it blonde.
Okay, okay. So you just want to go with you still want to go with the subtle approach a little bit.
Yeah, I still want to be natural colors, but I mean, every once in a while, like younger girls and like growing up, we would all dye our hair with like Kool-Aid and stuff, dip our hair in like a boiling pot of hot Kool-Aid and dye it like pink or blue. So, but yeah, still
That's-
like natural.
That sounds like fun.
It was fun.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the way thing is, I know you said you didn't have a lot of information, but like I said before, I did come up with some good questions for you. So I had
Okay.
to get creative. So the way I've done this is there's 20 questions and there's 5 questions in each section.
Okay.
So it's gonna be interesting. I also threw in some deep dive questions as well to get you really thinking.
Okay. Get me thinking.
All right. So let's go ahead and start section one on personal growth and life transitions. Now, which moment in your life forced you to confront a truth about yourself you weren't ready to face?
Um, a truth about myself that I wasn't ready to face. Um, Probably like moving to college. Like I moved about 4 hours away from my hometown and I went to college and like I had to grow up and I had to be an adult. So kind of like forcing myself to grow up. I'm like, oh now I have to like balance like fun, money, study, and like college, like all those things at once. I was kind of like, I guess this is what growing up is. But just kind of like time management. One thing that I wasn't ready to face was time management. I think it was good that going to college right out of high school kind of forced me to kind of like boom, time management. I had to balance job, work, right? So I'd say that, just time management.
Yeah, time management is a little tricky. You got thing is with management, you have to get used to your own schedule. Sure, it may take some
Yeah,
time, but
right.
it doesn't happen overnight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's always something that could come up that I'm like, oh, I want to do this, but I'm like, oh, I work that day. So it's like I could ask for time off, but I still, in the end, college students are broke. So they need money to like pay for class, pay for groceries, whatever they're paying for it. So it's like sacrificing fun stuff sometimes to do the responsible thing.
Shoot, you know how many every you know how many times every day I have to think to myself what I have to do. I have to figure out what sacrifices I got to make.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's part of our lives.
Right. But it's also like, ugh, at the same time, because it's like, I'd rather do whatever I just wanted to do. I just rather do whatever I want.
Right. That's right. I Number two, have there been points where doubt or fear challenged major decisions in your life, and how did you navigate them?
Fear, I think just kind of like the fear of losing or like the fear of because growing up, I um did competitive swimming. Like I was a competitive swimmer. So just like the fear of losing was like worse than actually losing. So I'd work myself up and I'd get all in my head. And whenever I'd have a bad race or I would just like I would talk myself into a corner basically. So um I yeah, basically I would talk to myself into a corner and I realized in the end that like the only thing to fear is fear itself. I know that sounds cliche, but like the thought of fear is worse than the actual fear, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm kind of explaining that in like a roundabout way.
No, that makes sense. And listen, I get
Yeah.
nervous every day myself, but even though I get nervous, I still go out the door.
What do you get nervous about?
I don't know what life brings. What challenges that might happen. It's scared. It's and very serious.
Yeah,
But
it's kind of like social anxiety more.
just worry about I don't like the outcome.
Mm.
Like like every day. Like what's the day going to be like?
Yeah, the unknown.
So, but yeah, but here's the thing. I still keep moving anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
So. But I know that with you knew that this like I can't let fear control me forever. But you just like more the like if I just stay home, I'm not going to be successful.
Yeah, if you just let life push you over, then what's nothing's gonna come of it, right?
Yeah, definitely. I say for us, we just got to stay positive the best way we can in any dire situation, whether it's
Yeah.
like bad or worse. We make it
Hmm.
work.
Yeah, yeah. Just have to roll with the punches.
Number three, what choice, personal or professional, changed the trajectory of your life forever?
Um, I'd say the personal choice. Well, actually, my choice, I decided to stop going to college and work full time before I moved here. And I feel like that, I guess you could put that under professional because I made that choice because I realized my work doesn't need, there's certain things I do for work that doesn't need a degree. It just needs experience. And where I had a lot of experience, I didn't need to um, go to college for. So I was like, why am I going to pay like X amount of dollars to use have a degree that I never use? And college is like there's certain things that I very much value education in college for, but there's certain things that can't be taught. They have to just be learned. And yeah, like yeah.
Well, also, college ain't for everybody.
College ain't for everybody. That's a good way to put it.
So I understand, like for you, you figure like I'm just not feeling it. I have to find another way to maintain in my life choices.
Right, 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 right.
No, I know it's tricky. I mean, I went to college anyway because I needed something. I didn't want to just have nothing and I just be stuck working like
Right.
forever. I just want to make sure I have something on my belt that can be useful when I go to
Exactly.
like when I have like those bigger opportunities.
Yeah. And
I
you
was
never
gonna
know where
ask,
it take you.
yeah, I was gonna ask, like, did you ever think about any like bigger opportunities that might be waiting for you later that you might want to try looking for?
I got halfway through my interior design degree. So, I do have a goal to go back and finish that because that I feel like is more of a hobby than it is like a career for me at least. So if I were to go back to college, that would be something that I would say is waiting for me.
Okay, so interior design, so designing buildings and all that stuff.
Mostly it's a little bit more on the like yeah, still in designing buildings and stuff, but more on the decorative style. So like there's what's it called? Interior decorators, and then there's interior designers. I'm a little bit more interested in interior decorating, but I'd say interior designing is more valuable in my opinion.
I think you might be a good interior designer. You might come up with all kinds of creative designs for like buildings or anything else, whatever you might picture yourself
Whatever I
doing.
come up with. Yeah. I think it'd be good too. It's something I like to do, and I feel like it's something I'm good at. But a lot of places either don't hire without the degree, and there's some things that definitely need the degree, and there's some places that don't. But right now, I'm just happy doing what I'm doing.
Take it slow. Just take it
Yeah,
slow.
take it
No,
slow.
no need to rush.
No need to rush.
Um, how do you honor who you were before major life milestones while embracing who you're becoming?
Oh, that's a good one. I just think, like, sometimes you look back and you think, like, oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing. I did that. Or, like, oh my gosh, like, that was like the worst experience of my life, or something like that. And I feel like it's important to, like, acknowledge the growth that you have, right? It's not always going to be like glitter and rainbows and stuff. So I think it's important to, I'm trying to find the right word, but like, not talk poorly about yourself before you knew what you wanted to do or what you wanted to say or whatever. It's like every once in a while, like we've all done this where we're laying down at night and you're like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe I did that super embarrassing thing in like third grade or something stupid like that. But it's important to know, like, oh, I was just a little girl. Like, kind of talk respectively of your past self, but also know that you're never done growing. There's always so much more growth to be had. So you can also like up uplift yourself for the future moments, but also respect yourself for the past moments.
And sometimes people have like imposter syndrome. I think you're familiar with imposter syndrome, right?
Yeah.
It's like when they try something new, it's like it's and they get stressed out like what do I do next? And like I don't want to tell people what I do and who I am before it's too late.
Yeah, you don't want to act kind of like, oh, am I supposed to already know what to do? It's okay to ask for help, right? Especially if it's something new.
Yeah, and sometimes I be telling people, main point is don't stop trying so hard to be something that you're not.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think that's the problem that people stumble upon these days. They just I don't think they take the time to understand like what exactly they want to do before they just start shouting out and saying, "This is who I am." They
Yeah,
just run with it.
yeah. It's important to just give yourself that grace and give yourself that um understanding.
Because if you don't understand, then you're not going to be able to get far as knowing what you're trying to do.
And it's like, yeah, exactly. It's okay to ask for help. I feel like that's something that a lot of us, I know I even struggle with it sometimes too. It's okay to ask for help, and it's always going to be, it's who's going to make fun of you? If somebody makes fun of you, freak them. That's my motto.
I like the motto.
Yeah. If you're a bully, go away.
Don't let nobody tell you different.
Yep.
We're almost at the end of this section. Then we'll be in section 2.
Okay.
Um, looking back, what advice would you give your younger self at a pivotal turning point?
I would say respect thy mother and father. That's the advice I would say. Respect yourself, your mom and dad, and those around you. Um, just because like there was a time where I was very much against my parents, and I was like, just like not breaking rules or anything scandalous, but like I was being like, an annoying teenager. Sometimes someone needs to just kind of like face to face get serious with you and be like, come on, like they don't deserve this, right? So
Well,
that's advice.
I will say one thing. Sometimes kids and parents are going to fight. Sons,
Exactly.
daughters, and parents, they're going to argue over a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I think we just learn to respect each other, no matter how bad it gets.
Right, exactly. And there's a saying that my parents have told me all the time to help me in like situations like that. It's oh, I can't think of it right off my head, but it's oh my gosh. I can't remember the exact word that they use, but it's like um oh my gosh. I can't think of the correct word, but it's like blank is inevitable, but contention is a choice. So like disagreements are inevitable, but contention is a choice. But it wasn't the word disagreement. I can't remember. It meant disagreement essentially, but yeah, um disagreements are, and like fighting is inevitable. So, but contention's a choice. You could rather face it or you can turn away from it and kind of ruin those relationships.
Wow, that's nice. That's a nice saying to have, because basically from your own life experience, I know you have has a few tips with your parents here and there, but y'all learned to come together as a team when the time came.
Yeah. Because in the end, we're family and we stick together.
Of course, of course. All right, so we're at the end of section one.
Okay.
Excuse me. Section two: identity and self-expression. Now, how do you define yourself beyond the labels society or others give you?
Um, I'm trying to think of some labels that society has given me. Basically, something that I like to think of myself with is, happy and open. Because I feel like a lot of times these days, like everyone is so open and they'll share anything that you ask them. And it's kind of like nobody has like self respect or any privacy. And I know like privacy is power. So sometimes you kind of have to like tell people, you know what, like that's private. And I feel like that's kind of something that you don't hear very often because people, it's so like, I don't know, I want to say like with the times to just be like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you anything. I'm an open book. Like that's good for surface level stuff. But sometimes when it gets deeper and like maybe you don't even know the person, but um, I'd just say privacy is power. So I would say over the years I've become more private, and that's something that you could probably, I would say that's a label I've given myself.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Sometimes, oh, the best way to express yourself, and here's the thing. Some people are shy. They don't want to
Mm.
show who they are. They just remain quiet. I've ran into a lot of shy people, and I had to respect that they don't like to talk as much.
Yeah.
But they do find other ways to express themselves, whether they do like illustration, art, animation. They are finding ways to express themselves through all kinds of stuff that they do.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really good. Finding like an outlet to use to express yourself is very healthy.
It is. And Sydney, I don't know if you do any art on the side. Do you do any art on the side, kind of, sort of?
I mean, like I do coloring books, so like nothing like these are
Two.
markers. So, but then I every once in a while I'll scrapbook just like memories of like my family and my husband and I. So like nothing too crazy, but like yeah, I guess that's artsy.
I
And I
was
like
gonna
yeah.
say, ever thought of actually doing art or anything? No, ever thought of it?
I mean, Yeah, vaguely, but I think most of my interests lie elsewhere. I'm not like super artsy that way, but it does interest me.
So it might come at a later time. It might not
Yeah,
be now, but it
might
might be
not be
later.
now, but it'll come up later, I'm sure.
Again, just take it slow.
Yeah, taking it
Don't have
slow, not
if when it
forcing it.
happens, when it happens, it happens.
Right, right.
And I think you're okay with I think that you're okay with where you are right now. You don't have to
Me
decide
too.
what you're gonna do next.
Yeah, I'm happy and I'm content with what I'm doing now. So no need to rush. Nothing, nothing crazy, right?
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Number seven, when external expectations push you to conform, how do you stay true to yourself?
Um, when external um
Expectations push
conditions,
you to conform. How do you stay true to yourself?
um, I'd probably, if they were looking for a certain answer, I'd probably give them the answer I was content with, other than giving them the answer that they're going to want to hear. So I usually will tell people whatever I wanted to hear. And like, this is me. Like, I'm not changing myself for anybody. This is how I am. I know you're looking for this answer, but you're not going to get that answer from me. My answer is this. So staying true to myself is not changing for anybody. And I can be hard headed when I wanted to be. So when pushed or when I'm like rubbed the wrong way, I will do whatever I want. And there's like no, I know that sounds kind of trivial, but I'll do whatever I want and nobody else can stop me. Even with advice, I will go with my own decision.
Can't put strings on people, right?
Yeah, you can't push. You push too hard, and it just comes out poorly on your end. You know.
No, no. Listen, don't let no one put limits on you. Don't let people put strings on you because people will say, "Oh, you can't do this. Go find." No, I'm doing what I have to do.
Yeah,
So,
you're like,
like,
I'll do whatever I want. Thank you very much.
yeah, like if you don't like shoot, if you don't like the way I'm doing things,
Yeah,
then
if you're gonna tell me how to do it, then you do it. Like literally growing up, whenever like I don't know if I was doing the dishes and my brother's like, "That's not how you do it," and I was like, "Okay, then you do it. You show me." Now I don't have to do the dishes.
that's a get out of dish free car right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I think, but I'm just saying, like in life in general, I think people are just gonna
Right.
like
If
go.
people try to push me, they're gonna have a rude awakening. That's just me, though.
They try to turn you into something that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the trick part. Like we gotta like no matter what anyone says, we gotta stay true to ourselves. Know that this is how I do things. This is who I am. You can't change me.
Exactly. Exactly. That's
Number eight. Have there been moments when you felt unseen or unheard, and how did you reclaim your confidence?
um. There was an old job with a horrible manager. She and I just butt heads, and I would try so hard to like. There was just no respect, right? We were just one of the numbers, and it was a smaller town, smaller company. It was, kind of like a family ordeal. Um, she and I just butt heads so hard, and I tried my freaking hardest to be respectful, but there's something inside of me that is just like, you know what? If she's not going to respect me and like, she's not going to respect me at all, then I don't feel like she's earned my respect. Um, so we like butt heads pretty often. There was a time when I had to kind of call her out on some stuff. And like, this is very much frowned upon, obviously. So, in my heart, like knowing that I did the right thing and stuck up for myself and those around me, that kind of gave me the confidence to just kind of carry myself out there. And I'm like, you know what you did is wrong. I don't care that I'm calling you out for it. What are you going to do about it? All right. And she obviously didn't like that. And I had to talk to HR and all this stuff because I was a bully, apparently. But ultimately, I knew in my heart what I was doing was right. And like, whenever I know I'm doing the right thing, that gives me confidence. So doing the right thing gives me confidence.
I'm sorry about that.
It's so long ago in the past, but like every once in a while, whenever I like think about it, I'm like, ugh, she was the worst.
Yeah, I had those issues in college. There was this Halloween party that they had in Florida. I went there. Two girls who were part of a magazine came up to me and told me that they had a no contact order against me and all that stuff. But the truth of the matter was, I didn't do anything wrong. They lied and defamed me in front of everybody.
Wait, so what did they say you did to have like a no contact order?
They didn't tell me what I did wrong. They just told me that they had to make sure I left.
What the heck?
Yeah, so basically they lied. It's kind of like it's. I remember that scene too, but I had like a huge support system of friends supporting me for what happened because what she did was defamation of character.
Yeah.
So didn't work out for her anyway. She got in trouble for that.
Yeah, lying is not cool.
So
For her to lie about it, especially.
when
It's like,
something
did
like
she
that
just
happened,
want you to get out of the party?
yeah, I had a history with her before she was a manager of a magazine at the college. Right. Like back when I first came in, we had a little history. I was just trying to find friends.
Oh, like a
She
romantic history?
no, not romantic history, just friends in general.
Oh, and then something happened, and then you guys like kind of had like a falling apart or like a
Yeah,
fall.
it was a fallout.
Oh,
So, but that was my first time
nice.
experiencing something like that. So I just gotta be careful these days now. Like every time something like that happens, I make sure to go and dig deep and find out what really happened.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to just be framed for something that you didn't do?
So, but it
Or
all
like,
worked out. But I think in your situation, you deal with. I think it's different. But I know that you did the right. No, that you knew that you didn't do anything wrong. That you had to make sure. Hey, I don't know what she's saying, but let's make sure we have the full story. Okay.
exactly. Oh my goodness.
So,
Let's make sure we have the full story before we go and out blowing it all out of proportion.
because I was like, hey, when they told me about this, I would say, are y'all sure? Because I never went to court to sign anything.
Yeah,
So pretty much, you're the one who put gas on the fire.
exactly.
So but yeah, stuff like that. We just got to make sure we know what we're doing is right, and just be careful. A lot of crazy people out there.
Yeah, a lot of crazy people, a bunch of low lives.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Number 9. What part of yourself do you feel most vulnerable showing, and why?
What part of myself do I feel most vulnerable showing? Mm, probably like bringing up dirt on the past because like we've all made mistakes. So like probably like being open about my mistakes is hard, but like I still feel able to share them, but it's not something I will like, automatically bring up if that makes sense. Like I'll kind of like avoid it. And I feel like everyone will kind of avoid like their mistakes in the past if they can. But ultimately, if you don't own up to them, it kind of like turns out ugly.
Yeah, true. And listen, part of life is not just remembering the good stuff. We gotta remember the bad stuff too. It's a
Exactly.
part. It's part of who makes us what we are.
Yeah. And like 90% of all of the mistakes I've ever made are funny now. Like in the moment, of course it wasn't funny, but like now it's funny.
Yeah.
Like even the ugly stuff,
Sometimes I look back on my past mistakes and I do laugh about it. So
Yeah. Or like I was so worked up about X, Y, and Z, but it's really funny now. Like this stuff doesn't matter anymore, but
no, of course not.
they still hold value, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I say you never know. If you do plan to have kids, you might want to teach them about these things.
Exactly.
Hey,
I
and
agree.
listen, we're still learning every day.
Yeah. There's so much growth to have, like that still needs to happen.
Yeah, learning's forever. Never forget that.
Learning's forever.
It is.
Learning's forever.
It really is. Like how we gonna like how do we be successful next time without learning from our past mistakes?
Right. Like we would still be making these crazy, like ridiculous mistakes have we not like recorded them and done tons of other stuff.
Document them, write it in a journal, record it. I put
Mhm.
everything in my notes. Like I don't forget good stuff. I put everything in my notes
Nothing
now.
escapes Phil. Nothing
What?
escapes. Nothing escapes you. You write it
No,
all
it
down.
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Nope, it doesn't. Nothing escapes you.
All right. All right. We're almost at the end of this section and we'll be at the halfway point.
Okay.
Well, we're reaching. Well, like I said, when I was looking up, I was like, there wasn't much, but we're gonna make this work.
Where were you looking? Was it just like on Instagram?
Instagram, yeah, mostly, mostly. It's pretty much. But I was like, I had to come out. Let's go on with some very personal questions, very
Okay.
good ones. So don't worry, I'm a smart guy.
Okay. Let's hear it.
So, all right. How has your understanding of who you are deepened through challenges, failures, and unexpected experiences?
My understanding of who I am, deepen my experience of who I am. Wait, say that one more time.
How has your understanding of who you are deepened through challenges, failures, or unexpected experiences?
I think I kind of mentioned this earlier, but just staying true to who I am throughout the whole thing. Like, of course, there's going to be opportunities for me to kind of like be like, you know what? No, I don't. I never did that, or no, I don't believe that, or no, just kidding. And I think the more you are yourself, the better your life will be. Of course, it's going to be hard to be yourself in all instances, or if there's going to be times where you question things. But think like if you stick to yourself, and you don't have to pretend, right? If you pretend you're somebody you're not, then like that's just way too much for you to catch up on. Like you have to keep up with way too much, and the human is not like humans are not like built to be crazy like that. You know what I'm saying?
We're not all perfect.
We're
We're
not all
not.
perfect.
I mean, Sydney, I can't imagine a person who would be perfect today. Like,
No.
it's crazy.
Well, and like society expects us to be like, and they cater to us by like showing us all this different stuff in like media and like social media specifically. So it's very important to really check within yourself like, hey, I'm feeling this way. I need to take a step back from either social media or whatever to kind of, take a break. It's important to take breaks. And I think that's something we should all do as a society is take breaks, believe in each other, and, you know, just relax. Not nothing. Like I said before, like nothing is too serious that we can't figure out. So
It's okay. Like, listen, it's okay to take a break your time. Like, you know, I've been doing so much in the last 6 weeks, all this stuff. To be honest, is I now I did go to bed at night, but I barely sometimes as throughout the day I don't take a nap anymore.
Is it like, do you have nightmares or like,
No, like I'm constantly working. Like every like
oh,
Monday through Thursday, I barely have time to take a nap. I have to go to
just
work.
a workhorse?
I
Just
know,
works.
working,
Wait,
coming out, sending messages, emailing people for interviews and stuff. It's
you work
draining.
way too hard. You got to give yourself a break.
I know, but every time I break, I feel like I'm missing out on stuff.
Oh
But I
yeah,
tell
you have
myself,
a hard time relaxing.
you're not. You're not missing out on anything.
You just tell yourself, take a little rest, boo boo. That's what you say.
I try. I tell myself that.
Yep.
You
Which is good.
you probably tell me the same thing. It's ain't like Philip, you're not missing out on anything. Go rest.
Yeah, go rest. And if you are missing out, it's not worth your rest over.
No, it's not. Like there's so many places I want to go. I want to go travel next year, but I feel like I probably need a rest before I do all that stuff.
Yeah, rest and rejuvenate and just, I don't know, just be who you are. Like
Definitely.
sometimes the best rest is when you're like doing the unexpected.
All right. All right. So we're doing that section now. We're doing section 3. Halfway
Okay.
point. We're at the halfway point.
Happy halfway.
So section 3 is sorority, community, and influence. How
Sure.
has your experience? Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're
Um,
good.
how has your experience in sorority life influenced the way you form and maintain meaningful relationships?
I've actually never been in a sorority before. Like
Really?
in college. Yeah, like I was never in a sorority.
I thought you were.
No, no. At the school I went to, we didn't have sororities. Like there was one like fraternity, but there was never a sorority.
Okay, okay, okay. So, so no sorority at all. I was like,
No sorority. That's okay.
I thought you were when kind of thing, you know. So, so basically, what about community? Any community stuff? Nope.
Like community stuff as in like I might need an example.
Well, let's see, like a part of any groups or anything. I don't think you're part of any groups, are you? Nope. No groups.
Um I mean I'm part of the Relief Society, which is a part of my church and it's the largest women's organization in the world.
Okay, okay. All right,
Just,
then let's. How about this? How's your experience in community life influence the way you form and maintain meaningful relationships?
you meet so many people that have like the same values as you and the same like characteristics oftentimes and come from similar walks of life, but we all are different in our own way. So when I do meet these people, sometimes we have similar backgrounds and it's like, oh, fun, like we can connect that way. But then there's sometimes a disconnect when we have different backgrounds. And it's so I love meeting new people and I love learning like where they're from, what they do, and how they enjoy themselves and what they like to do in their free time and stuff like that. So being a part of a community is very important because that's a really good support system for me.
Yeah, you gotta have those kind of support systems. Because listen, I know there's a lot of stuff going around. You know, sometimes I go downtown in Savannah. I try to talk to like Savannah citizens questions about their life experiences. I go there like every Friday and try to
Oh
find
yeah.
new people to talk to. It's really good.
You just prowl around on the streets of Savannah
Yeah, only
doing the
during the daytime, not at night.
oh, no prowling at night.
Well, it's dangerous.
Yep. Yeah,
Plus, a
there
lot of
is
crazy,
there is some crazies out here.
yeah, a lot of crazy stuff can happen at night.
There's crazies everywhere though. So there's always going to be a crazy lurking.
Yeah, and you just gotta be careful. Like, listen, everywhere you go. Sometimes when I go to like inner cities, like Atlanta, Georgia, for example, I
Oh,
see
yeah.
all kinds of sketchy stuff.
Yeah, you want to stay away from the gangster disciples and all those
Mhm.
scary people.
Yeah, because I was like, I've always kept my head on the swivel because I'm not an idiot. So you
Yeah, you
just
don't want to get caught up in some rivalries.
no spiritual wars either.
Nope, not for Phil.
No, 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 no. Yeah, mostly yeah. I do that. I only do that stuff in the daytime. I don't do that stuff at night. Plus, most of the stores are closed by then.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just
It's just not safe. And, you gotta, I'm glad that you have your head on right and be, you don't want to be scared. It's hard to be, so vulnerable at night. Like, nope, you can't see a lot of people coming.
no, and it's like dark, like all those dark alleys and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's spooky.
Spookalish.
Yes. So stay out of those places.
Yep, will do. You don't have to ask me twice.
Yeah. Have lessons from your community shaped how you handle conflict, communication, or personal growth?
Yes, yes. I would say that some things that I've learned through people in my community have helped me understand on how to like react to conflict and how to react to certain situations. Um, and like things to definitely not say when we are having a conflict. You don't want to come after somebody like somebody's personality or their looks, even though if they have freaking bad breath, you can literally say like, stay away from me, stinky breath. But it's not
Oh
nice. You have to be
Lord.
nice like even through disagreements. That's where that same thing comes in. Like, disagreements are inevitable, but contention is a choice. So I always try to not be contentious, even though there's always going to be some shape or form of contention.
Wow. You want to listen. One thing that I've learned from you from saying all that, you want to make sure that y'all, if y'all have like some kind of situation, we don't want to overwhelm the situation. We want to try to have these sort of heart to heart moments and try to like say, hey, I don't appreciate this. Kind of
Yeah,
sort of like try to be nice to the person because they want to make sure they have a good experience and make sure they want to come back to this because they like being part of something like this.
yeah, exactly. And some people I do not want to come back. Some people get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've missed your chance, you've ruined it. So now, like, we're done. You've missed your opportunity. The train has left.
Oh yes, yes, but
Yep.
yeah, always listen, and I tell you this: treat others the way you want to be treated. Always,
Precise.
always present everyone with kindness. Hospitality is one crucial element that people sometimes miss.
Mm-hmm.
Hospitality.
Mm-hmm. Preach, Phil. Preach.
What is a moment within your community that challenged you to grow in ways you didn't expect?
Well, living in Utah, everyone is similar in the aspect that we a lot of us believe the same thing, so there's not a whole lot of contention and disagreements. But moving to Georgia, there's disagreements a little bit more common than there is in Utah, where I'm from, because of the way I grew up. So sometimes when I am presented with a disagreement, the usual things that I am able to say when I'm in Utah when there's a disagreement aren't going to work. So, kind of building on my testimony and going as far as saying, like, you know what? I am open to discussion, but I'm not open to debate, you know? So sometimes when people come off hostile, I'll be like, you know what? This was fun while it lasted, but now I'm no longer interested. Sometimes you just have to stop the conversation completely. And I think some people are amazed that I'll actually be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm content where I'm at, so I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna choose to be done. And then they just see it as like an opportunity to, like, well, if you really believed in what you believe, you would still talk to me. And I was like, no, I wouldn't. So, um, yeah, that sounds kind of, I feel like I said that in a roundabout way, but ultimately,
No, it
yeah.
makes sense.
Okay.
Like I had a conversation with somebody else about this, talking about like, listen, like no, he was a good person. We had a good conversation. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually three people on the previous episode. We talking
Mm-hmm.
about if you guys want to educate, I'm willing to sit down and educate you on this. But if you're just gonna be nasty, then just leave.
Exactly. The thing is, I'll tell you what I know. If you have any deeper questions, and if I can't answer those questions, that doesn't mean I don't know what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I can't tell you exactly where the answers are going to be found doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Yeah, like I can't just sit here and give you X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. So
So
that's one thing that's happened fairly recently that I've had to kind of come to terms with and kind of understand, like, this is where so and so is coming from, and I need to respect their understanding. But also, it's not my job to mommy them and tell them, like, it's not my job, right? But
it's nice
yeah,
that you said that because there's another saying, like, I watched this show. He was saying, like you can't fix other people. When people like that start flailing, it's not our job to rescue them from themselves. It's
eh,
your
that
job to make sure to be there for them when they're ready to get their life together.
preach, preach. And you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Oh, that's another old classic saying too.
I like that one.
I like it too. Definitely lead a horse to water, but I can't do it for you. I can't make you do it.
Exactly. If the intent is there and they want to drink, they will. But I've done my job. You can't ask me to do any more. And when you do, I'm gonna have to tell you sorry. The rest is up to you.
That's all you can do.
That's all I can do.
All right. Next one. How do friendships, community, and support systems influence how you show up in your personal life?
You know what? A lot of my friends that I left in Utah, I miss them and I still talk to them every day. But now that I've made some new friends here, and it's like, it's of course going to be different, but I still, like, I love my friends all the same, and I enjoy everybody all the same. I think sometimes, like, some things fly with other friends that don't fly with some other friends, if that makes, I feel like I said that kind of weird. Let me rephrase. Some
Yeah,
things
take time.
are allowed with another group that aren't allowed with another group. So, like, some things I can say and do, and that's just me. And some things I know some friends don't want to hear about. So I'm going to keep that to myself. But I know so and so is trusted, and they trusted me with confidence that I won't say anything, or if they want to know that part of my life. So I feel okay sharing it with them. And some friends, I know that they're open to hanging out with me on certain days or doing certain things with me that other friends aren't. So I think showing up and knowing your audience is very important. And your
Definitely.
friends, like, if they're true friends, they'll accept you no matter how you are. But of course, you have to kind of find out, like, hey, you know what? They didn't appreciate it when I said X, Y, and Z. I'm going to apologize. And I'm not going to say that in front of them anymore.
Yeah. You gotta have like, I know like some
There's got to be
relationships can like,
balance.
yeah, it has to be a good balance. Sometimes
Yeah.
friendships can be sort of like a stalemate. And it's like, what do we do next? We made it this far in our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, friendship.
Friendship. I'd still say friendships are relationships, just different. But
And it's tricky. Some friendships don't last forever.
yeah,
It's like we have to figure out every day how we can be better people to who we let into our lives.
right. And so you know what? Sometimes you outgrow certain friends that aren't growing, and that's just fine. You know what? Like you don't have to automatically be like you don't have to say like, "Hey, you know what? We're not going to be friends anymore." You can just kind of slowly lose touch. But I still care about all the people that I've either slightly lost touch with or don't talk to as often, but I hope to, rekindle certain things with them, but it's not always going to happen. And that's just what you're going to have to you just have to kind of accept it.
I understand.
Yeah.
I had those same issues. I had a friend of mine. Truth is, I thought he was my friend until we went to that Orlando trip in high school for
Mhm.
graduation. He left me behind. Like he left me for some other friends,
Oh
and
my
and
gosh, what a D-bag.
that kind of hurt me because I
Yeah,
was
did you
like, I
tell
thought
him
we
like,
were supposed to
"Bro,
be in a
you
hotel room together. He left me behind for other people, and it's
wait,
like
how did he leave you behind? Like, what did he
there were
like?"
some other friends who were at high school too, but he was like more with he was more with them than I was. So
Right.
I had a hotel room to myself.
What a what a meanie.
So he still contacts me, but I haven't responded to any of his messages since then.
He just wants your clout and your fame.
Whatever it is. But I moved on. I
Good.
found some new friends now.
Yeah, that don't
It
just
may
use you for clout and fame.
it may not be like in person, but still digitally.
Right.
So I'm making it work.
He's making it work. He's putting in the work.
Yes. Last question, and then we'll be in the last section, which is the finale.
Okay.
So, how has being part of a community shaped your perspective on purpose, responsibility, or legacy?
I'd say, just showing up for myself and being somebody I'm going to be proud of in the future and that I'll be proud of when I like have kids and stuff. Like show up and be yourself and do something you're going to be proud of. Just be somebody who your mom's going to be proud of, you know? Set goals, make goals and be adventurous.
Definitely be adventurous. I say do a lot of amazing stuff, Cindy. I mean, have you been traveling a lot lately since we last?
Um I mean, I don't think since I last saw you, but I do have a lot of travel plans coming up.
Oh, where you going?
So, my husband's work makes him travel a lot. So, there's a chance that, well, we're going to go to Utah and Idaho in December for family. And then we're going to be moving to California for a month. And then, if that goes well, we'll probably end up living there. So, we're going to go to California. And then, after California, we're going to go to North Carolina if it all works out. So it's
I'm
not
s-
like,
I'm still
yeah,
trying to get there. California. My time will come eventually.
I love California. If you make it there, you'll have a really good time, I promise.
What about out of the country? Any out of the country stuff? No, kind
Like country stuff like what?
anything like no out of the country, like different countries or anything. No.
Yes, no, there's definitely plans for that. One thing I need to do is since I changed my name, my passport says my old name. So, like it has my maiden name on it. And so now that I've been married, I need to, what's it called? Update my passport. But also it's kind of expensive, right? So I just need to at the same time um, save up a little bit maybe, and then we'll fix up my passport, and then we'll be able to kind of make our plans more official.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
I
nothing
see.
books yet, but I really want to go to Japan too. I know that's a dream for you, but um,
Yeah, I know. I know. Don't remind me. We talked about this before. next year I do have plans to go there, but my parents are talking about 2028 because there's another conference for my mother over there. But we'll see.
Um,
We'll see how far we get.
yeah, we'll see how far we get.
So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
All right. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that you get to go to these amazing places, and then you have something to tell your kids. Hey, I've done this,
right.
and you
Like
can too.
traveling boosts your IQ. Did you know that?
Yeah, it definitely does boost your IQ.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we're at the last section here, but
Okay.
just in case, have you enjoyed our conversation so far?
So far, so good.
Just saying, I always ask my guests if they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, I'm things are good.
Make sure. All right, section 4: reflection, milestones, and aspirations, including marriage. So,
Ooh.
which milestones in your life, personal or shared, hold the deepest meaning and why?
I would say the time there's two that I'm thinking of, or actually I can think of a lot. So within my church, there's I'll say it's kind of like a coming of age thing. I can't share too much about it because it is really private, but what I will share
Okay.
is it's a coming of age thing. So um during my coming of age thing, I got something called my endowments. So basically making a promise with Jesus and Heavenly Father. So when I came of age, that was really personal and important to me. And then shortly after, I got married to my husband. So those are the two right off the top of my head that I um, very much have shaped my life. And I would not be where I am now without them. And I'm like so grateful for that.
Sounds very enlightening. Especially since you're a church girl and you like going to church, you have to learn a lot of stuff
Yeah,
that,
there's a lot
that you
to
know.
learn. Right.
It's it's really nice. You get to learn have those kinds of experiences and know exactly what you have to do and
Yeah.
understand like this is how it made me to a better person. Like these
Right.
milestones are going to be something that's going to make it, these best achievements in life.
Yes, exactly.
So I say, listen, Sydney, there's still much to do. Keep trying to find more milestones to reach.
Exactly.
How
Definitely
had
going through. Like definitely something we're always going to be learning something new about ourselves and growing in different ways. Sorry. I just added that at the very end, but
it's
continue.
okay, it's okay. Hey, how has your marriage shaped your understanding of yourself and your identity?
I'd say since like I've never lived with like another man outside of my family, it's interesting seeing like how he does certain things and how I do certain things. It can literally be like we've done dishes differently our whole lives, right? Like something as simple as dishes is done differently in different households. So, I mean, it shaped me in a way that I know that I will probably never be the same ever again in a good way because um he makes me so happy and he like I can't say enough good things about him, but like I feel like I'm at a loss for words right now because I'm overwhelmed. But I just know that he completes me in ways that I've never known, and he's brought me blessings and things that I didn't even know I needed in my life. And I love him so much. But how it's changed my identity is that what the question was?
Yes.
How it's changed my identity is definitely how I approach, new people. Because, there's sometimes that it's like I'd rather be with him than with certain friends sometimes. So it's like, you know what, but I still care about my friends. So there's times where I'll choose him over my other friends. And and they get it. I mean, they do the same thing. So yeah. So it's changed my personality in a way for good that we know we're both there for each other until the end.
Yeah, you want to let someone, that special person in your life, you want to explore his perception of his world, and he
Yeah.
wants to explore yours. Like the more y'all explore each other's y'all strengths, weaknesses, flaws, quirks. That
Hmm.
way you can understand. Like that's the way y'all can operate better as one unified unit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Precisely.
think that. I think that's the thing with all couples these days. They got to learn about each other.
Yeah. There's so many things that like I thought I knew about him when we were dating, and then now that we're married, I'm like, oh, that's a funny surprise. Like not that I'm upset, but like about learning this about you. But I'm like, that's interesting. How did I miss that when we were dating? You know?
Don't forget,
And
it's
there's
also called character development.
character development. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, it's always character development. Listen, not just in like shows and movies, but also real life too. We all have character development.
Exactly. There's always something I keep repeating this, but there's always something we are learning about ourselves or, yeah, something that we're always learning. You learn something new every day, whether it's about yourself or about your partner or about your
Okay.
husband. Yeah.
There you go. Hey, listen, like I said, I don't, I can never fully understand you guys. I don't have anybody I'm seeing, but I guess it's been like that since high
Never say
school.
never, Phil.
You know, I just kind of figure maybe it's just not for me at the moment. I'm just focused on what I have to do to be successful. Probably
Right.
come when the time is right, but
Yeah.
you never
Right
know.
person, right time.
Just key to I'm just just keep focused on what I have to do, keep trying, and yeah, the rest of the stuff will fall in line.
Yeah. And you know what? Like maybe it'll come when you least expect it. You think? Least
I think
expecting?
so.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Plus, I haven't lost hope yet.
No, there's no reason for you to lose hope. We don't have to lose hope just yet.
Are there experiences you still hope to share with your partner that
Yeah.
are essential for growth or connection?
Yeah, we have like a little couples bucket list that, we're hoping that we'll be able to like achieve hopefully before we die, right? And like there's short-term goals on there and there's long-term goals on there that we hope to um achieve together. So it'll always be it's a changing list all the time. We're always adding and well sometimes we try not to take stuff off, but like there's some things that we're like, I guess we'll have to wait for that. But yeah, like we have like a little bucket list that we want to do together.
Of course. You gotta have a bucket list. That
Of
way, you get to do all the things you want to do
mm-hmm.
before our time is up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, definitely keep those bucket lists because you never
Hmm.
know what's about to come your way.
Right, right, right.
So,
Always there's always an adventure to be had.
keep having those adventures, Sydney. I don't have
Wait,
setback. Huh?
wait,
What'd you say?
what did you say? Sorry, I missed it.
I said keep having those adventures, Sydney.
Oh, I thought you said tell us. Anyway, so what were you about to say? What was your next
Okay,
question?
so how have setbacks, personal, professional, or relational, transformed your understanding of resilience and love?
Basically I'd say that healing and like all relationships, and there is no straight line, right? There's ebbs and flows, and sometimes we have to backtrack before we can come forward. So I'd say like everybody's different. Like I could be like super happy one day and like maybe my husband will be like, "Oh, I'm just down today. Like I'm having the blues, whatever." So it's like we switch back and forth, right? Like not we're not always going to be at the same understanding or same mindset at the same time. So understanding where someone is helps me in my relationship, and explaining where I am or where I'm coming from helps us like every day. You know what? And we don't have secrets from each other. And so sometimes you just have to literally say, like, hey, I'm feeling, X, Y, and Z. Like, I felt like maybe, I felt XYZ. Like, I know you didn't mean to do this, but this is how I'm feeling. Like, how do we go from here? And then maybe hearing their side of it, and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean for you to felt like that. I'm so sorry. This is what I was thinking in that moment. And then so from there, you're like, oh, okay, so he didn't really mean to mean it like that, or stuff like that, that helps our relationship flourish. And now that I think about it, some really good advice that I've been told um, is you never want to purposely. So, well, Connor and I entered an agreement basically saying, like, we will never purposely hurt each other's feelings. Like, we'll never try to undermine each other. We'll never try to, like, basically, we'll never do something to hurt you on purpose. So, when there is an opportunity where our feelings are hurt, we automatically know, oh, they didn't mean it on purpose. And then I can say, hey, later, like, hey, earlier you hurt my feelings because of this, and this. And then he'll be like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean it like that. And then I know that he really didn't mean it. But then he knows, like, oh, like maybe those jokes don't fly with her, or like, you know, stuff like that. And I feel like that's important for couples to, they don't have to have that same agreement, but I feel like that's really something that's helped my relationship grow. And I know that goes for me in all of my relationships that I've had, whether it's friends, family, like literally my husband, Connor, or other relationships. It's just very important to be um, one with yourself and just be open with those you're with.
And sometimes secrets can poison relationships.
Precisely. And you don't want, if you really cared about them, you wouldn't have kept a secret from them. That's my
Exactly.
hot take.
Well, I do like that y'all actually take the time if something bad happened. Y'all do take the time to just sit down and have a genuine conversation. Like, let's talk about this. How can we do better?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I don't think that's what most couples do these days. Sometimes most couples will just try to like hash it out or fight it out or something. You know, there's been a few incidences around the globe or couples engaged in something that's going to leave blood on the floor,
Mm,
and it's really not good.
no, like domestic abuse is horrible,
Yes.
horrible, horrible.
And I understand that, as you know, your husband wouldn't do anything to hurt you. You wouldn't do anything to hurt your husband.
Exactly.
So just like I said, if something bad happens, go find place, go sit down and talk about it.
Yeah. I just think there's a lot of things that go into domestic abuse, and I personally have never experienced it. But there's, for anybody listening, there's always hope. Please don't stop reaching out. There's always something, there's always hope. So you're not backed into a corner. It may feel like it, but please, please, please don't like give up.
No, don't give up because then you're setting yourself for failure.
Exactly. Well, if you just
There's an
accept
old thing.
there.
There's an old saying that my granddad told me, and I've been listening to him. He told me this multiple times. People don't plan to fail; they fail to plan.
Your granddaddy is right.
He says that all the time, and pay attention. I understand. I've been doing better with doing research, doing notes, planning stuff ahead of time,
Mhm.
having these kind of conversations. It's working.
Yes. Luck favors the prepared too.
It does.
Hmm.
Last question. Looking forward, what kind of legacy, impact, or life do you hope to leave behind, both individually and in your marriage?
You know what? I hope that I leave a type of legacy behind that lets everyone be themselves. And one thing that I want is my kids to, no matter how badly they feel that they've messed up or they've totally like ruined their life, that they can come and talk to me. So I want them to be left with a legacy that you can tell me anything and I'll still love you. I'll probably be a little bit upset at first, given whatever you've done or whatever's happened, but I will never leave you to the wolves, basically. And you can always come back and we'll figure out what we need to do.
To always be there for your kids. You want
Always
to
be
make
there.
sure, because eventually when I have kids too, I want to make sure I leave something behind, some crucial stuff behind that can help them.
Yeah. I mean, I was blessed enough. My parents helped me through some difficult times through college. So they helped me in certain ways. And I just want to be able to pay it forward and do that for my kids.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it. And yeah, but we did some good time. We talked for almost, well, it's been an hour and 10 minutes, so it's
Ooh,
been good. That's a good time.
perfect.
Hey, did you enjoy the questions I threw at you?
Yeah, they were a lot more in depth than I thought. So it was really nice to like give myself an opportunity, like really think deep. So I was like, I've never like some of them I was like, oh, that's a good question. I never, because I was wondering, I was like, what kind of questions is he going to ask me? I thought he was going to ask me, I don't know, something. I was nervous, of course, at first, because I've only ever been on one other interview before, on one other podcast. And it wasn't like the best experience, but I had a really good time with this one. So,
Hey, every time I have new person, I make sure to bring receipts.
oh, yes, bring receipts.
That way, I'm
Okay.
not just listen. If I didn't have any receipts, we just be just talking. Hey, how's your day going? Pretty much. No, this has
Yeah,
to be something meaningful
exactly.
and powerful too. So
Meaningful, powerful, mystical, magical, Benson bean, you know,
exactly. And listen. I want all my conversations to be this way. I want
mystical,
all of them to be
magical.
like something like that, kind of, sort of, but more informative, more fun. We talk about life in general stuff, and really some information that could help somebody.
Yeah, maybe there's somebody out there that's like, you know what? I needed to hear Sydney's voice today.
There you go, and it
Or
works.
Phil's voice. Yeah.
So I think it's good that I think it's important that we just we need to keep having discussions like this.
Yeah.
So